Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Lightning Gaming. So guys, in this video I'm gonna show you 5 unique weapons that you should always keep when you find them in Conan Exiles. Now basically what makes this weapon so unique is when you get them you would think that it's gonna be a strength weapon, but in fact all 5 of these are actually agility weapons and also very good ones. So if you are looking for a different kind of agility weapon to use in your agility build, one of these might be a good option for you. Now, if you are new to my channel, please remember to like and subscribe. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Alright, now the first weapon I'm gonna show you is gonna be the Bulbador's Razor. Now, recently I made a video showing you how good a Thrall agility Thrall handles this weapon. But if you use it for your character, it's gonna be very good as well. Now, this weapon does start off with a health damage of 75 and an armor penetration of 23%. It also has cripple and it is a two-handed sword, which is very strange, especially because almost all two-handed swords are actually strength. Another thing you are gonna notice when it comes to this weapon, it also have a very low weight, like you can see only 0.10, that's almost nothing, and the durability is also not too bad. Now, one of the things that I like about this weapon is when I'm fighting multiple enemies at the same time, it's very good for that. And also if you give this weapon to a Thrall, it's gonna have the same effect. I recently tried them out in purchase as well, very good to use. So if you find this weapon, remember to keep it because it is a good one and it's gonna help you out a lot, especially when it comes to fighting multiple enemies at once. The next weapon I want to show you is yet again gonna be a two-handed sword, and it's gonna be the Blade of the Adventurer. Now this one have a little less damage and armor penetration than Bulbador's Razor. Like you can see, it starts off with a health damage of 74 and the armor penetration of 15%. It also weighs a lot more than the previous weapon. It's got a little bit less durability, but it also does have the cripple effect. Now, just like the previous weapon that I showed you, this one is also very good for fighting multiple enemies at once. Of course, you also get strength weapons like the Sword of Corbin, that is also very good. But if you wanna go agility, it's gonna be either the Blade of the Adventurer or it's gonna be Bulbador's Razor. If you are looking for a two-handed sword, both of these are very good, and you should definitely try them out if you haven't already. Now the next weapon is also one of my favorites, both for using for my character as well as for Thralls, and this is gonna be the two-handed agility mace, which will be back the Corbin. Now this one starts off with a health damage of 66 and an armor penetration of 49%, and as far as I know, this is the only two-handed mace in Conan Exiles at the moment, so it's very good to get one of these. Also got a super high durability like you can see over there. Now this one I would mostly use for taking out bosses, especially stuff like the Arena Champion, very useful. But also if you just use it against normal NPCs, it's also gonna do a lot of damage, especially if you are fighting enemies that have a higher armor rating. This one is gonna be very good. Like you can see guys, even without a master weapon fitting or any kind of fitting on this weapon, I am still able to do a very decent amount of damage. Now guys, the only problem with the 5 weapons I'm showing you on this list, you can only get them in legendary chests at the end of dungeons. So definitely if you find any one of these, you have to keep it and you have to give it a try because they are all very nice to use. Okay, so the next weapon on my list is gonna be the Black Dragon Pike. Now I've tried giving this weapon to Thralls. It's not very good in my opinion if you give it to a Thrall. So this one is gonna be mainly for your character. And this Pike does have a health damage of 65 and an armor penetration of 7%. The durability is actually very low on this weapon. And it also has reach and the bleed effect, which is also very nice. Now the biggest thing that I like about this Pike is the massive reach that it has. This is especially useful if you are fighting enemies and you want to keep them away from your character. So if I go over here, let's go and kill a few enemies just to give you an idea. Alright, here's the first one over here. Now I've seen a lot of players are using this on the PvE conflict server I'm playing on, but I think it's gonna be the same for PvP as well. But overall, super nice weapon and also one you definitely want to keep when you find them. It's just when you give it to a Thrall, it's not always that good. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what do you think about thralls using pikes and spears in Conan Exiles, if you find that any good at all. But now let's move on to the last one on my list. Now the final weapon on my list is gonna be the vaulting pole. Now this one is a lot the same as the Black Dragon Pike in my opinion. Now this one also have that nice amount of reach, same as the Black Dragon Pike, but this one starts off with a health damage of 60 and an armor penetration of 9%. It does however have a lot more durability than the Black Dragon Pike, which is very nice about this one. And yeah, when it comes to the moveset, it's basically gonna be the same as the Black Dragon Pike. Only thing that I like about this one more, like I mentioned, is the higher amount of durability. But that's all the weapons that I wanted to show you today. Now remember, in order to find any one of these 5 weapons, you are gonna need to open up legendary chests at the end of dungeons. That's why I say if you find any one of these weapons, you should definitely keep it. Especially if you like using the agility builds in Conan Exiles like me, that's actually one of my favorite builds to use. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching. If you are new to my channel, please remember to like and subscribe. But until next time guys, cheers, see ya.